how to be in the state of awareness? That's such a wonderful question, right? So Mangesh, to be in the awareness state, that so I always teach this, and you're my student, so you know this. I always teach this. Where we start, all of us, comes from the victim zone. From the victim, the next step is awareness. From the awareness, then we go into the state of surrender. And from the state of surrender, then we go into the state of enlightenment. And this happens gradually, slowly. Sometimes in some people's life, they don't move that, all the ladders of evolution of the soul's journey. So where we are, like from the space of victimhood, that why this happened to me? Why me? And you get into the space of awareness that, okay, I am into this big universe and I'm a speck in this universe, and I become very aware that I'm such an insignificant part of this universe. But at the same time, my insignificance is so significant that this world will be incomplete without me. So knowing and understanding that you are insignificant in the bigger picture, but at the same time, your significance is very critical to complete that big picture, is the first awareness that a person can get into the space. So when you understand that your own self is insignificant in the big universe, what happens is you minimize your ego. Most of us are stuck into the zone of victimhood because we start getting into the zone of ego, that why this happened to me. Now, ego is not the inflated stuff only. Most people have a wrong notion that they feel ego is only inflation of, superiority. No, that's not. Your inferiority is also your ego, where we start minimizing ourselves, right? So the ego comes into play when we are into the victim zone. So how can we stop dropping the baggage of ego and start understanding that how can I stay in this big universe? Suppose I am on this planet, only gravity is holding me to this planet, but I'm actually moving into this whole universe. It's so beautiful, right? So somebody asked this question, right? Jagannath asked this question about the attachment, and we get attached to our identity. So the first thing to understand is you're not your identity. You're not Mangesh. Your name is Mangesh, right? So detaching yourself from every part of your existence and identity is getting into the awareness that you're more energy than the matter. Your name is Mangesh, but you're not Mangesh. Is the difference that you start bringing in your space. That's the first step of awareness. And once you start understanding, Mangesh, I know you personally, so I know that you're already in that space. So I'm giving you this kind of an answer right now here. And the other thing that I want to tell you is, I personally have done this over years of, work that I did on myself. Is I started in my space. I started creating a third party, like, a camera view for that is Meghana. A part of me is watching me from outside of me. Everything that I'm doing, right now also I'm having this communication. There's an awareness part of me which is outside of me, which is having the observation on me, which in the night before I go to sleep, I connect with that part of me, which is observing me. And I ask questions that, okay, where do I need to improve through the 24 hours or to the time that I'm awake? What did I do today? Since morning I woke up till night, I go reflect on my life on the day-to-day basis, and I take the inputs from the part that observes me, my part only, but observes me. And I take that input and I understand that, okay, I could have done this better. This I really did very well, so I can repeat this more. But if this I can do better, what can I do more to get this in order? What can I do better? What skills do I need to learn? What things, so reflecting on your life, creating that part of you which is a complete neutral part who's reflecting on your day-to-day life. This helped me a lot, Mangesh, to get into the zone of awareness. But the first thing first is slowly dropping the baggage of your ego, understanding that you are not your name or your identity, but you are the energy. So what kind of energy that you would like to be? Like I've been stating for the last many, many years that I would like to vibrate always on the love energy. Always on the love energy. Like whatever is happening in my space, can I look from the point of view of love? That's something that I want to associate with. And that awareness I'm consciously bringing in my space. So for that, I'm dropping the judgments. not just about the world, but dropping the judgments about myself. The way I look, the way my body is, the way I think, the way I feel, the way I do certain things. Everything has a judgment that we pass on. And how can we stop judging ourselves? Dropping that judgment, getting to the space of more neutrality is something that will keep bringing more and more awareness in your state, in your space. And it's a journey. So one step at a time. Mansi saying, good evening, 111 people watching in live. What a lovely angel number, right?